Gunman Boxing, the baddest boxing channel in the UK. Today, we are here to talk about the Liam Cameron versus Ben Whittaker fight. A lot of people making noise that it was a premature stoppage. What do you guys think? Personally, I think it was a good stoppage. It was only going to go one way if it had continued. Now, that fight was one of the most hotly anticipated domestic dust-ups in the UK so far. It went down on April the 20th, BP Pulse Live Arena. Ben Whittaker and Liam Cameron fought out a controversial draw, shall we say, in October. And this fight had to happen. Redemption was made by Ben Whittaker. He came back and proved his worth. But what a fight it was. Whittaker had everything against him. He had to go out there and perform. And he did exactly that. He came out inspired. He was jabbing up Cameron like he was a COVID patient, piercing the Cameron earmuff-like defense, piercing it at will, going upstairs and downstairs with great flow, upstairs and downstairs like an elevator. Moving through the levels was Whittaker, and he just showed us that there are levels in this game. His jab was peppering Cameron like a Caesar salad at times in there. And the right hand was finding a home like it was Google Maps. He was landing at will. He caught Cameron with a cheeky counter pull right hand, almost spun that brother around. Cameron looked like a ballerina in there. Timed it absolutely perfectly. Bang, landed like a Boeing 747 at Gatwick Airport, right on his chin. Bosh! Cameron backpedaled in trouble, up against a rope. Whittaker smelled blood and moved swifter than Taylor. Closed him off, went into seek and destroy mode, and then just started unleashing a barrage of punches, basically sticking it on Cameron like he was one of Whittaker's tattoos. He stuck it on him. Whittaker basically decided to empty the clip. You know what I mean? He just held the trigger down, that brother. He just held it down and just let his hands go. And Cameron sunk against the ropes. And the referee dived in and stopped it. Now, why are people saying that is premature? Why? What's premature about it? Cameron's like rolling like a Las Vegas slot machine. He was in trouble. He was sunk on the ropes. Can someone comment and tell me why they're saying that is a premature stoppage? Listen, I know we want to see blood. I know that we want to see knockouts. We want to see people bruck up. We want to see people battered up. But is there any case for stating that Cameron was going to turn that fight around? Is there any case for saying that had he took an 8 count, he would have seen the round out and then carried on and proceeded to get himself back into the fight? Or was it just literally going to be night? Was he done and dusted? I think he was done and dusted. If I'm honest with you, I think if Cameron had carried on, if he had carried on, he could have, I don't think he'd get seriously hurt because, we know that Whittaker hasn't got that one punch bang. You know what I mean? He's not a one punch killer. You know what I mean? He's a combination puncher, So he's not a concussive one punch guy. And I don't think Cameron would have been like, stretched out like a limousine type of thing. But he would have got teed off on, He was teeing off on him like he was Tiger Woods, and it was a good stoppage. Anyone who's saying it isn't, let me know why. Do you think Cameron could have come back in that fight? Do you think Whittaker wouldn't have stopped him? Do you think there wouldn't have been more barrages of unanswered punches going in against him? Like, I just can't see. I need someone to show me the light, show me what we're missing. The people that are saying it was premature, just Cameron was just outclassed. He was outclassed at the end of the day. The speed was too much, and Whittaker, he was just on a mission that night. He came out, Jesus is king on his robe, to acquire very much focus and locked in spiritually. came looking in great physical shape, and he really did just put on a superb performance. Look, love him or hate him, you know, he is providing entertainment, and I want to be entertained. I'm all for showboating. I don't think robots in the sport is what we need. We need entertainers in this sport. And this man brings the entertainment, whether you like it or not. Can he win a world title? Yeah, of course he can. People are just hating on him. Of course he can. Bivol is, you know, deep into his 30s. Beterbiev, you know, 40. You know, those are the two top dons. Those are the two top don dadders. You know, and those two top don dadders, they'll be gone soon in a few years' time. And no wonder there's no, you know, this brother can easily step in. You know, there's no reason why he can't take a Buatsi, a Yard, you know, a Callum Smith in a couple of years. No problem. You know, if you're his promoter, you can find him a route to a belt. There's been worse world champions than Ben Whittaker. You know, he can box, my man. He can box. You know, you can't win. You can't place at the Olympics if you can't lace up the gloves and box. He can certainly box. He just hasn't got that one punch bang. He doesn't need that one punch bang. We've seen top level operators, you know, like Bivol, you know, Mayweather, Joe Calzaghe, Andre Ward. They've not just been one punch artists. You can just literally saute someone, you know what I mean, with accurate combinations, you know, Rolex type timing and precision. You can really win fights just with volume, output, accuracy, timing. We've seen, you know, many champions do that. So, yeah, I want to just end this premature stoppage talk. I think Cameron wasn't complaining too much at the end. You know, if it was a premature stoppage, everyone would be calling for a trilogy. Let's just get this right. Every man and their dog would be calling for a trilogy if it was a premature stoppage. Just like in the George Groves versus Froch first fight, where Froch stopped Groves and it was full premature, the rematch, bang, happened straight away. No one is saying, oh, it's premature, bang. A trilogy between these two brothers has to happen straight away. So for me, that says it all. No more questions about was it a premature stoppage or not. And if you are going to question it, put it in the comments. Let's hear what you got to say, my man, because I can't see it any other way than it was a fair Ben Whittaker stoppage. And nobody, I must add, nobody, none of you brothers saw Whittaker knocking Cameron out and stopping him in round 2. No one saw that coming. I actually tipped him for the victory. If you watch my other videos, I tipped him to turn up this time. I knew he would turn up, Whittaker. And if he's going to go anywhere in this sport, with all due respect, he has to be beating man like Cameron. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Gunman Boxing, the baddest boxing channel in the UK.